Alright guys, top 10 Ambroxan bombs. You like this note, don't you? You like its muskiness, its woodiness, its ambery touches, don't you? Yes, I do. I'm obsessed, I'm hooked, I'm addicted, I love the smell, I love its trail, and I've got 10 here. 10 fragrances that are Ambroxan bombs to me. Ranked video coming right up. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian. Yes, today I'm talking about fragrances featuring Ambroxan. Lots of it. These are Ambroxan bombs, and I'm going to get to the fragrances. Before I do, if this is your first time tuning into my channel and you still haven't subscribed, please do click the subscribe button below and also click the bell so that you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. And I hope you do subscribe if you haven't, because it does really help me, with this channel. Anyway, let's get started. I'm going to do this as fast as possible. I'm going to start the video with not the biggest Ambroxan bomb, but it is, it's got Ambroxan in it, but among others, other kind of synthetic notes and some natural notes as well. This is DS and DURGA's I Don't Know What. It does feature, as I said, Ambroxan, they're calling it Ambrox, but it also has other notes that I find to be musky. I love this note because it has this kind of muskiness, and it's kind of a very simplistic, minimalistic note, and it blends with your own body chemistry and creates a musk that's very, very sexy. Leaves a great trail, but it could be very minimalistic unless it's added with other notes. But with this one, it's Ambrox plus Civetone, Vetiver Acetate, Bergamot, and ISO E Super. So the combination is very, very sexy. It's very, very minimalistic. You can use this as an enhancer or a layering tool, or you can wear it on its own, and it's super sexy. I think it's great. If you don't know it, check it out. I've ranked it low because it's not just Ambroxan, but I treat it like it's Ambroxan. So it's number 10, I Don't Know What by DS and DURGA. At number 9, I'm putting Eccentric Molecules Molecule 2 here, which is all about Ambroxan, as a very, very minimalistic fragrance. It's almost very light that you can't smell anything, but as I said, you can wear it. It's very, very sexy. It blends with your own chemistry, and you create your own special musk with it. It's not as strong as some of the other fragrances, but it's very, very great. And what I like about this one is you can wear it minimally, or you can also layer it or use it as an enhancer. You can layer this down as its base and spray some citruses or vanilla ambery kind of fragrances, and it not only kind of lightly enhances the fragrance, it also makes it a little stronger. It boosts it. But it's all about Ambroxan, and it's that musky, woody, ambery kind of experience that you would get with Ambroxan. That's at number 9, Eccentric Molecules Molecule 2. Next up, going to a house called HISTOIRES de Parfums. This is not a blue bottle 1.5, this one right here. This is a unique fragrance in that it has so many different kinds of notes, and it creates an Ambroxan bomb and then some. So it's got loads of Ambroxan along with ozonic notes. There's loads of musk here, there's mineral notes, aldehydes, and some light floral touches with light flowers. So the ozonic notes creates a kind of a watery crispness to the fragrance. Add in the Ambroxan, it kind of works really well with the ozonic notes. Ambroxan, as I said, it's dry, woody, ambery, and musky, so it does have a great mix together with the ozonic notes. Of course, there's musk in here in addition to the muskiness of the Ambroxan, and throw in the mineral notes, the aldehydes, and flowers. It's a great combination. This is the only one in the this is not a blue bottle collection and a white bottle, because it's a very simplistic fragrance with all these kind of unique notes thrown in to create a wonderfully minimalistic fragrance. That's great. It's minimalistic, but it does have some depth, and I think if you like the idea of Ambroxan with ozonic notes and aldehydes and minerally touches and things like that, definitely check out HISTOIRES de Parfums. This is not a blue bottle 1.5. Next up, going to the house of JUSBOX. This is Cheeky Smile. I don't know if you guys know JUSBOX. Same people behind the brand Costume National, whereas that is a clothing designer. This is more of a niche house. They don't make any clothes except for perfumes. This is a very minimalistic fragrance once again, but it's an overdose of Ambroxan. There's lots of it, and you get lots of Ambroxan-y touches, so it's very, very musky, dry, woody, and ambery, all rolled into one. A little aquatic, but more aquatic rather than marine. But in this one, it's Ambroxan, Ambrocenide, ISO SOE Super, Cashmeran, Amber Xtreme, and Amber. So it's who's who of synthetic molecules. So it's a molecular fragrance. It's very, very musky. It's very dry. It's woody as well. And the combination is great. I think this particular one blends with your chemistry to create this unique musk, a kind of a, you know, a dry, woody, earthy, ambery musk. So that's JUSBOX's Cheeky Smile. If you don't know that one, check that out. Next, going to the house of Juliette Has a Gun. This is not a perfume, and I'm featuring the Superdose version in this video, not the original Not a Perfume. Not a Perfume to me is very similar to Molecule 2. Very minimalistic, although I can smell a little more here than I can smell in Not a Perfume. But if you want to smell the musk that Ambroxan is known for, try the Superdose because it's a lot more intense. Most of the comments I get from people about Not a Perfume is that they can't smell anything. Yes, you can't smell anything. It's very, very faint, if anything. But, you know, that fragrance blends with your chemistry, your body, and then it creates its unique scent. But here you can smell stuff. And mostly this is Cetalox is what they use, which is a relative of Ambroxan. But, you know, it's a great fragrance. This you can use to layer with as well, but unlike Molecule 2, which is not so strong, this one might clash with some smells because it definitely has a strong smell. So, you know, try it with some stronger smelling fragrances to layer with. But on its own, it's a great musky fragrance. Try it. So this is Juliette Has a Gun. This is Not a Perfume, Superdose. This next fragrance, it's a beast fragrance, a beastly fragrance from a house called KOSMALA. This is number 4, Après l'Amour. Once again, we've got a very, very intense experience with Ambroxan. Loads of it. It's very, very musky. It's ambery. Plus, there's some additional notes here, not just the Ambroxan. So you're not only getting the kind of musky, woody, ambery kind of touches from the Ambroxan, you're getting a lot more with this one. So it features Ambroxan, musk, amber, aromatic spices, woods, lemon zest. There's a little, very, very little faint lemony zestiness in there, but it's lots of woods. It's a dry experience. It's woody, but you've got the kind of ambery, dry, woody, musky kind of a consistency that's present with the Ambroxan. Plus you've got these kind of spices in there as well. It doesn't interfere with the Ambroxan too much. It basically enhances the Ambroxan with all those extra notes. So it basically amplifies and makes it like an intense version of Ambroxan in this particular fragrance. So that is KOSMALA number 4, Après l'Amour. The next fragrance is actually Ambroxan and then some citruses. It's from the house of BVLGARI. This is TYGAR. TYGAR is super, super sexy for me. The combination is amazing. The grapefruit in here, the zestiness, the zinginess, the little bitterness and the spiciness of that grapefruit. It's such a beautiful complement to the Ambroxan's dry, woody, dusty, ambery kind of muskiness. So it's basically lots of grapefruit, as I said, with the Ambroxan and then some woods thrown in. And it's a super, super sexy, sexy fragrance. I find Ambroxan to be sexy, especially when it blends and kind of creates your own unique musk, you know? I do find Ambroxan to be clean, so it gets in there with your chemistry and creates its own musk. And with this grapefruit zing and the woods in here, it's super phenomenal. I really dig this one. It smells fantastic and I love it. So BVLGARI TYGAR is definitely a great, great Ambroxan bomb from that house. I think if you don't know it, do check it out. So next up at number 3, we're going to the house of LABO. It's another 13. Okay, this one is also super, super sexy. The closer we get up there, it's super sexy. I've smelled this on people. I've smelled it on me, but off of other people when it's actually blended on with their chemistry, it leaves a great trail. It's a very, very sexy musk, but not an overwhelming one because after all, these fragrances are, you know, minimalistic. But another 13 features Ambroxan, Jasmine, Oakmoss, Ambrette seeds. So this is the magic word, Ambrette seeds. I love this note because it has a kind of a muskiness to it. Very, very sexy muskiness uniqueness to it. But then you got the Ambroxan in here, loads of it, lots of it. And the Ambroxan, you know, as I said, it's the dusty, dry, kind of musky, woody, ambery consistency. You've got loads of it here with light hints of jasmine and a little bit of that kind of oak moss thrown in here. It creates for a wonderfully sexy fragrance experience. Very, very sexy. I think if you like minimalistic fragrances that has some uniqueness to it, some characteristics of sexiness and muskiness, definitely try Le Labo's Another 13. I think it's definitely a winner, and it's up there with one of my favorite fragrances from that house. Next, going to the house of Mise en Cire, For Your Love. This one right here, created by Alberto Morillas for his own brand. And this is, once again, super sexy, really a sexy fragrance, and it's got all these kind of like synthetic molecules to create a very musky with fruity kind of a fragrance. It features Exaltone, which is a synthetic version of musk. It features Cashmeran, which is kind of like similar to Ambroxan, although Ambroxan is supposed to be like a synthetic version of ambergris. So there's raspberry here, benzoin, and patchouli. If you haven't smelled this one and you like fragrances like Baccarat Rouge and things like that, you got to get your nose on it because it will hint at it, but it's a different fragrance altogether. But it's really sexy, and it's wonderfully musky and, you know, Ambroxan-y and things like that. It's a great fragrance. This fragrance and a lot of these will come alive in the heat. Heat is, I think, perfect for these fragrances, but you can wear them any time of the year. I also think these fragrances are perfect office scents because they're not overwhelming. They're not going to kill your friend's nose, or very sensitive people will not get affected by it. Either way, Mise en Cire, For Your Love at number 2. And my number 1 is this one right here, Baccarat Rouge 540 Xtreme from the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian. They don't say there's Ambroxan in here. I know that it smells like Ambroxan. They're claiming that it's ambergris. Maybe it's a combination of both, but to me it smells like Ambroxan. And I think this is the fragrance that started my appreciation of Ambroxan, but this is a fragrance I loathed when it first came out. I did not care for Ambroxan. It smelled like synthetic manufacturing plant or something. I don't know what it smelled like, but it was not something I would be attracted to. But now I'm really attracted to the smell. I smelled it so much I got used to it, and I'm like really pleasantly attracted to the smell. It kind of pulls me in. But it's ambergris or Ambroxan ambergris, or just Ambroxan with almonds and jasmine and saffron and musk. The combination is very sexy. If you don't know this one, you got to check it out. It's just to die for kind of a fragrance. And I prefer the red bottle version, the Xtreme, because it is longer lasting, and it's really a wonderfully Ambroxan, heavy Ambroxan bomb kind of a fragrance. Anyway, this is Maison Francis Kurkdjian's Baccarat Rouge 540 Xtreme, and that's my number 1 fragrance for the Ambroxan bombs. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts on Ambroxan fragrances. Are there any other ones that I should check out? These are the ones in my collection. Of course, there might be a few scragglers here and there, but these are the 10 I pulled and I love and I wear. And actually, I'm going to spray myself with For Your Love for the rest of the day as I'm going to a movie. I love this one. For Your Love is super fantastic. It competes with Baccarat Rouge. I'm going to spray a few more. Anyway, it competes with Baccarat Rouge, and I absolutely love it. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on these fragrances. Have you sampled them? Do you like them? Do you hate Ambroxan? Because I know there are haters out there. But, you know, try some of these if you like the idea of musky, woody, ambery kind of fragrances. Either way, guys, thanks so much for watching today's video. If you have any questions or comments, please list below. Please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye. Good one. Goodbye.